Originally, I bought these plants here as the lollipop cactus at a supermarket when I was working in a business I had, and I've since regrafted them onto Trichocereus stock. But that there was 6 plants was the original plants that I bought, and they're the offsets of the original plants. So that's where I started. Must be 2001, so it's going back to around then, because I was a member of the club in 2001, I think.
Right, okay.
Time has gone very fast.
As it does. So before that, you hadn't been growing much in the way of cactus then?
No, nothing in cactus. I didn't even like cactus. Cactus and roses used to prickle me, so I didn't like them. This is when I was in the nursery, and I've since, as you can see, got to like them.
Growing cactus then, what were the things that you found rewarding?
Well, to start with, I suppose it would be growing some of the plants that we've got here, and then getting the seed pod and growing the seed pod. That was the interesting bit at that point of time. That's very early in my time. So from there, I bought seed, and I propagated more from my own plants, and that's, to me, that's the most rewarding bit, is to see what you get from a little seed or from a flower, and there's probably 20 or 30 now that I've pollinated, maybe more here, ready to take the seed for next year.
And do you like to keep the seed pure to the actual species of cactus, or do you like to? Yeah.
When I can. If I can't, then I'll hybridise, and you can see some of the results of the hybridising here. Basically, out of the first cross, you get the parent plant gives you the pretty close to the original anyhow, but it can have a variation slightly, or a different coloured flower, and that's interesting in itself. And in the likes of Mechanovici, the Gymnocalycium, where I've crossed the lollipop cactus flowers with the green form of Mechanovici, and come up with all the coloured plants that I produce, or the coloured bodied plants that I produce.
So do you sometimes hybridise on a purpose to try to get a certain trait to come out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and that's in experimental. It's all experimental. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what something will do. In some cases I do know that. In some I don't.
So you grow many plants, not just cactus. You've got succulents as well, and epiphytes. Do you grow them on the purpose of selling, or do you grow them just purely for pleasure and then have to sell them to make room?
Well, it all started out for pleasure, and then it became more pleasurable, and when it became more pleasurable, I had more plants. And then to keep going, I had to get rid of some of the plants, so I did start to sell in a very small way, and to the point where it's now, I sell quite a lot of plants at our meetings and at our show.
Do you like inspiring other people
Yes.
to grow cactus?
Yes.
Particularly young people, or
Yes.
anybody and everybody?
Yes, I think I've convinced a number of people, young ones too, that growing cactus is quite a nice hobby. And it is a terrific hobby because it's something you can grow hundreds of and still not repeat yourself. So you can have 100 different plants and they're all different. And that's only touching the outer periphery of the cactus world.